Hello, Pisces. Welcome. We're going to take a look at your monthly money and finances and see what's forecast. I hope y'all doing well. So, Pisces, let's get into what's going on for you with your money. I already pulled some energy around your money and finances, so here's what we got. Your intention towards your money and finances is mindfulness. Practice mindfulness with money. Be present and create awareness around the ways you earn, spend, save, invest, and give your money. So, this is you focusing on being mindful of how you spend, where you put your money, what you're doing with it, what it's doing for you. You being more mindful, perhaps focusing on even more of a practical approach, or you may be considering, I'm hearing, minimizing, uh, conducting yourself with your money in a minimalist way, doing what's needed or doing less so you can save more, or maximizing what your money can do for you. But you're being mindful about this. And your focus, Pisces, is because you want to grow your money and finances. You focus on growing it. I am taking action to grow my wealth. So, Pisces, some tips, some ideas towards that is start investing with small amounts, set some wealth goals, review your retirement account, it's your money, automate invest contributions, explore your comfort zone, and learn about using leverage. How much capital do you have? So this is your focus. You're looking to grow your money. You're looking to see progress. You want to expand it. You want abundance. You want to improve your money situation. You want to have stability or create even more stability, but you want a measure of comfort that you have in your mind that you want to reach that will be satisfying and acceptable for you. Now, an affirmation that you can speak daily, Pisces, over your money and finances is you have, I allow money to flow freely and easily to me. Some things to consider to stay in alignment with that affirmation is ask yourself, where is my money stuck or blocked? How can I improve the flow in and out of my money? That is your affirmation. So you want your money to freely flow more easily to you. You want to find ways to be mindful to how you can see productivity, growth, prosper in your aims and goals with your money to improve it. There may have been some issues or you're dealing with either coming out of a period where there was stagnation or complications, or you may still be in that and you're now trying to be more mindful about your money practices so that you can have a better situation that's more stable and conducive to how you want to feel about your money. So let's take a look at what's going on for you, Pisces. I did do some pre-shuffling. At the bottom of the deck, you do have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So there may be an issue with your ability to obtain an opportunity or offer, or you may be focused on trying to start a new creative project or entrepreneurship business. And you may be having trouble getting it off the ground, or you may be having issues with being able to get an opportunity or offer, or have something extended to you, perhaps by a family member or out of kindness or generosity to be of help and support for you, or you having issues with finding opportunities. But you also have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So you're looking to relieve yourself of your burdens, or you're starting to relieve yourself of your burdens by you perhaps um, being more mindful about your money and where you may be able to um, reduce or change some spending habits to cut corners where there may be some excess or useless spending, and tighten up with what you're doing by prioritizing more. So we're going to take a look at what's going on for you, Pisces, with your money and finances. Stick around, because at the end, we're going to see what your guidance is in addition to your messages. But also, we're going to pull some guidance and advice and message that could be helpful and useful for any entrepreneurship or business opportunity or focus. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know about their money and finances? Pisces Collective. We're going to be utilizing the horseshoe spread, Pisces. It's also possible with growing here that your money situation is improving after a period of difficulty. And as a result, you've learned a few lessons, maybe one or two, but enough to put you in a mindful state of mind and wanting things to flow better and smoother for you with how you deal with your money, how you receive money, and removing blockages for yourself about money, perhaps through the way you have thought about money, improving your relationship with money, improving your attitude towards money. Because if you have a scarcity mindset, then that's how your money is going to respond to that. But if you have a mindset where you're focused on how you can improve, but abundance, that's what I'm saying. Abundance mindset, then you attract that, because what you believe, you can conceive and will receive. Yes, that's true. It's called law of attraction. It's going to work whether you use it or not. So, Spirit, what does Pisces need to know about their money and finances? And what I mean by work, which, you can either attract good things or bad things. The law of attraction is going to work with or without you. Involuntary participation. The point is, you help yourself with a positive attitude and remaining optimistic no matter what's happening, and being mindful of your thoughts towards money and your money situation. Spirit, what does Pisces Collective need to know about their money and finances, please? We're going to take a look at what's in the recent past, the present, the future, your attitude and energy towards your money situation, your concern for your money, your challenge with your money, and your outcome that is likely with the energies that will be present. Please know that the messages that come out may or may not resonate. If it resonates, great. But also know what energies come through are fluid, so you can change it. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay too, but it might later on. So it might be good to watch, just in case. If it hasn't happened, it does come up, you are aware. So let's get into your messages, Pisces. All right, we're going to do one more time. All right, and we're on. All right. Let's see what's happening here. All right, Pisces. In the recent past, you have the Five of Cups. At present, you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I like to see that. In the future, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Watch me, watch me. That's what you're doing, Pisces, right? Your attitude towards your money is the Two of Pentacles. Beautiful. Your concern with your money, there it goes again, that Ace of Cups in reverse. Your challenge with your money is the Hierophant. And your likely outcome is Judgment. At the bottom, the overall energy around you and your money situation is the Nine of Cups. So you're focusing on your satisfaction, your contentment, you're happy, and getting your wishes granted and fulfilled around your money needs and goals. You may be feeling real good right now about your money situation, or looking to feel better. because you're looking to see progress and see things prosper and see more. You're seeing positive changes here for sure. For sure. Now, in the recent past, you do have the Five of Cups around your money situation. So you were upset, crying over spilled milk, focusing on emotional loss or what you weren't happy with. You could even been depressed about your money situation. This could have had something to do with a relationship or concerning family, and you found yourself disappointed, or this is just the feelings you were experiencing around your money and finances situation. Spirit, tell me more about the Five of Cups for Pisces. But with this Five of Cups, you know, there's the ability to change how you feel. You just have to shift your thinking and emotions towards how you can salvage and improve and see what is available to you, because there's always at least one or two options. You just don't see it because you're too focused sulking or being upset or being depressed, which is not a cool energy to be in. What came out is you do have this Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seeker. Now the Seeker seeks and sees, right? So on this Five of Cups, you were disappointed because something didn't work, or what you were crafting you couldn't build, or something you were working on was stuck or was stopped, or there was a lack of prudence here. With the Seeker in reverse, you perhaps couldn't see a way to work on things, or you could not, with the Seeker, identify maybe details that could have been missed or overlooked that may have created mistakes or generated this emotional loss or upset around your money. Perhaps you were disappointed about how things were working or not working with your money situation. It's possible you could have been out of work and had trouble finding employment. Underneath, you do have the Six of Cups. So this could be regarding someone from the past, something from the past, or family, or a relationship. But this was you focusing on trying to reconcile or get a solution or get some sort of satisfaction emotionally that would conclude the situation that you were upset by. Now, at present, Pisces, you do have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Nice. So whatever trapped mentality, mindset you had around about your money and finances that was negative, that you didn't feel you could see your way out of or navigate or get through, you were able to figure out how to be more mindful about your stinking thinking and trapped mindset, having a self-imposed prison, and you freed yourself. You figured out that you needed to think differently, more positive, maybe strategize, more planning, whatever you needed to do. You found a way out of your own self-imposed prison. Perhaps you did have some actual restrictions and limitations around your money situation, but you figured out either how to work with it or around it, or come up with some way to figure it out and come out of being restricted, limited, feeling constrained. This is nice. Let's see more about that Eight of Swords in reverse. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords in reverse. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords in reverse for Pisces. Thank you. Yeah, Temperance in reverse. So this is you being able to come out of limited thinking, because with Temperance here in reverse, this was you needing to balance your energies. You may have been out of control with your actions, with your spending. There may have been issues with, you know, your money coming and going. More money was going instead of coming in. With Temperance here, you could have been dealing with the Sagittarius or have this energy in your chart. But also with Temperance here, this was you needing to get a good balance around your money and your mindset towards it. You do have at the bottom of the deck this Page of Pentacles. So this was something that you had trouble working on, or had trouble trying to understand or learn or be practical about in implementing or coming up with a new practical approach. You were struggling with that. You were out of balance. And so you were able to figure out how to come out of your mindset around that by recognizing that you needed to do things in moderation or not react in an extreme way about your money circumstance. And so in the future, you do have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is you recovering, boo. Recovering, replenishing, building things back up. Maybe you found work, or you found a new practical approach to implement, or you found a new resource that you could tap into. But whatever you're doing, you are making the change that brings you to a point of replenishment, to regaining the situation. Nice. Fives bring change. So this is reality based. This is happening in your world in the future where you are creating that change for yourself. Spirit, tell me more about this Five of Pentacles in reverse for Pisces, please. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Thank you. Yes, look at that. This may well be something that was very much mental based in your mind. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is you figuring out how to regenerate, how to either avoid ruin or resurrect your situation and recover from it, rebuild, replenish. Okay? This is nice. Now, it's possible you could have had a lot of complications, or you were in mental anguish about your situation, but that was negative thinking that you were able to figure out how to shift and figure out how to have some harmony through your actions and aims lining up and seeing success and completion. Or there may be a connection with home. Okay? There may be a connection with home. But this is the reason to celebrate in the future for yourself. You are able to replenish and regain. This is nice. And avoid either a disaster or ruin, or things are not as painful to you emotionally or in terms of your thinking processes around your situation, because you're finding some way out, but it starts in your mind. And by you getting control over your mind, you are able to adapt your feelings to the situation, so you can start to work on things and see things more clearly, and perhaps even follow your instincts on, because your attitude towards your money is the Two of Pentacles. And so this is the Two of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. Now, this is you out of balance, or seeing your money situation out of balance, or you are having difficulties. You're seeing that changes need to be needed. Changes need to happen with that Two of Pentacles, or you may have some trouble adapting, or there may be some decisions that need to be made, but those decisions need to be right decisions that count, or there's some sort of change you have to adapt to that's happening to you, or you're trying to make happen, but you feel out of balance with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You don't feel very as balanced as you would like with your money and finances. Spirit, tell me more about this Two of Pentacles in reverse, please. Tell me more about this Two of Pentacles in reverse. Thank you. So I feel like you may feel like you're not sure if you can change it. It even may be for some of you, you're back and forth with this Two of Pentacles, where one minute you feel like you can balance it, and next minute you don't. But you do have the Devil in reverse. You could be dealing with the Capricorn and have this energy in your chart. So you feel a little bit unbalanced, maybe a lot, about your money, because you are trying to figure out how to release yourself, how to become empowered with that Devil in reverse, how to either meet your obligations or change them or be released from your obligations. This may be you facing your fears and coming out of a fear-based mentality towards your money situation. You could be focusing on how to address a particular crisis concerning or connected to your money. This may be you focusing on how to live in a more balanced way with your spending by being mindful. This is you focusing on perhaps not exhibiting any wild spending behavior, but seeing how to overcome. And so you feel a little out of balance on how to make those changes or how to adapt or the decisions to be made to reach that, because there's some sort of struggle with the Five of Wands. The struggle can be internally happening within you, or you could be just having a struggle with what's going on around you or who you're dealing with. There may be some sort of competition or, a tug between you and others, or a particular relationship or a matter where your ability to be released or to be empowered in a situation, or relieve yourself from feeling oppressed or bound or stuck, isn't easy for you. And things also could have been fluctuating with your money and finances as well. Your concern here with your money, while you're focusing on how do you change this up, is this Ace of Cups in reverse. So you're concerned whether or not you're going to be able to get an opportunity or offer or come up with a new creative approach towards dealing with your money needs and goals. Now, there could be a concern about a creative project, entrepreneurship, or business situation that you're trying to get off the ground, or you're seeing issues around. Spirit, tell me more about this Ace of Cups in reverse, please, for Pisces. When you're looking to get satisfaction, absolution. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you have the King of Cups in reverse. So you could be dealing with someone who's embodying the King of Cups energy. This could be someone that is, not being accountable or taking responsibility, perhaps with their part in association or connection with you around your money situation, needs, or the changes that need to happen. Perhaps you're concerned about whether you will be able to get support from someone who's embodying this King of Cups energy. But this King of Cups in reverse is someone who's very upset. This is someone who could be very manipulative. But this is someone who, as it has to do with money, when they're in the reverse, they're not taking full responsibility. So your concern is whether or not you'll get the opportunity or an offer that allows you to take responsibility or be more accountable towards your money and finances, or this is you dealing with someone where this is your experience, or this is your concern that you may experience. That's your concern. At the bottom, you do have the Page of Swords. So this may be you trying to come up with a new consideration, or you may be looking for communication or news. There could be something concerning a child here. But also with this Page of Swords, this is you trying to protect your money. This is you trying to cut away what doesn't serve you. Perhaps with that King of Cups, there may be issues around emotional spending, or or issues around your creativity. You may be too upset to really be able to get calm enough and centered enough to be able to become aware of ways that you can change or adapt to release yourself. And you may need to get grounded here, because your challenge is this Hierophant. Now with the Hierophant here, you could be dealing with the Taurus. Now, there could be some concern or issue with commitment. With the commitment with money, that commitment could be to do with this King of Cups that's in reverse, someone that may have promised to offer you something, and you're concerned about whether or not they'll follow through. Or you may be concerned about your ability to follow through with the promise or opportunity, or you are you're concerned about whether or not you'll get an opportunity that you very much desire and want, that you may feel will change your situation up. But with the Hierophant here, you could be having a challenge with a commitment, or this is you having challenges around your ability to be more conservative with your money, because you may be someone who's an emotional spender with that King of Cups in reverse, who's not as accountable or responsible as one should be with with your money. But you wanting to have more control and not experience being stuck. And so let's take a closer look at the Hierophant. Spirit, tell me more about the Hierophant, please, for Pisces. Tell me more about the Hierophant, please, for Pisces. Thank you. You have the King of Wands. So the challenge is, what can you institute? What can you establish? What practices can you apply to achieve what you want around your money and finances situation and goals, and succeed with it? Now, with the Seven of Wands underneath in reverse, this is you wanting to come out of some sort of challenges. How do you come away from the challenges? How do you release yourself of the challenges that you're dealing with? Okay? Or you may have issues with how to pursue what you want and defend what you want, or you may have issues in resisting. Now, with the King of Wands, if you're dealing with someone embodying this energy, this King of Wands is somebody that will be very charismatic, someone who's very good at achieving things, very passionate, very driven, very creative. This is somebody that will be good at negotiating, starting a business. So there may be a challenge with you starting a business with that Ace of Cups in reverse and the King of Wands here. There may be a challenge with a commitment being kept or changed. There may be a challenge with this King of Wands of you being able to negotiate and engage this person in a way to achieve the opportunity. If this is a job opportunity, you may be experience the challenge of whether or not you have the experience and knowledge needed to do the work, or if you'll be seen in that light. But the challenge is also, being able to have faith, being able to see what you can institute, staying grounded. With this energy, this is about the challenge of service, perhaps. Is there some sort of issue with your ability to overcome because you may have a rigid mindset or issue with rules? But this feels more like this is about, you having the challenge about what you need to institute or establish, or you may be having a challenge with an institution and being able to negotiate something here, whether it's to do with work or banking or a financial institution in some way. Or you are having challenge with gaining the knowledge and information needed to address the change that you want to make, or the way in which to adapt to release yourself here. So there may be a need to turn to a professional if that's what's needed here. But you may be having issues with figuring things out. And so your likely outcome is you do have judgment. So with Judgment here, you get some sort of results or some sort of decision you either make or is made that is in your favor. With Judgment here, this is you perhaps being able to address a debt, wipe out debt. This is you being able to come to some sort of solution for yourself. This is you perhaps being able to rejuvenate your money situation. Spirit, tell me more about Judgment for Pisces. But this is you rising to the call. This is you experiencing some sort of renewal or rebirth. Okay, this may even be you finding yourself breaking free from something or someone, or in your mindset that allows you to get results or make amends to your situation. But this Judgment upright is positive. Tell me more about Judgment, please, for Pisces. Thank you. You may be looking for a decision. Now, you have the Star. You could be dealing with an Aquarius that have this energy in your chart, Pisces. So with the Star here, this is focusing on getting results, making decisions with the goal of trying to heal something that needs to be worked on and healed, but also to allow for you to make sure you financially are in a position where you can have and take care of everything that you need, with the Star here in reverse. So this is you rising to the call to heal it, to focus on how you can to rejuvenate, maybe even resurrect your money situation. And underneath you do have the High Priestess. So with the High Priestess, you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Taurus. But this is you focused on following your intuition, your instinct. It's possible with the High Priestess you gain some sort of enlightenment or understanding. It's also possible that with the High Priestess here, you could be being more secretive or confidential about what's going on with your money situation. This may be you following your gut to apply more wisdom to your situation. Or you're getting validation in some way from someone else or others that is showing you some sort of support and are rising to the call on your behalf to help figure out how to heal this or make sure you have everything you need. But with Judgment here, you will need to rise to the call. You will need to see how you can make amends. See what you may need to release yourself from. Focus on getting results and making right decisions. And seeing how you can create the opportunity that allows you to heal and get everything you need and want here. So let's take a look at what your guidance is, Pisces. What is the guidance for Pisces, please? And this will allow for you to have your satisfaction, your needs met, and you being happy or getting wish fulfillment here. Something goes in your favor, or a very important decision is made to address what may start out or feel like something hopeless is able to be healed, or you get some sort of enlightenment or understanding that changes the game. Your attitude shifts, or you get a decision that's in your favor with the institution or what you want to establish, or what you want to achieve. Spirit, what is the guidance for Pisces? What is the guidance for Pisces in money and finances, please? Ooh. Okay, you have two. Well, see, there you go. Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. All right? What you believe, you can conceive and will receive. Okay? Abundance mindset. Shift your mind. I said shift your situation so it goes out of shit and into a positive shift. You also have focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So you got to sort this thing out. Okay? First in your mind, and then followed by your emotions, and then your actions. And let it all come together to start creating balance and changes. And there may be a need for you to adapt. There may be a need for you to release some things that you're holding on to. And where you may feel oppressed, why? And how can you remedy and fix that, whether that's a person, place, or thing. So let's take a look. What is some guidance for Pisces Collective in business and entrepreneurship? Spirit, what is some guidance for Pisces in business and entrepreneurship? Because you want to have more money coming in than going out. You don't want to just balance, right? You want to see growth. Spirit, what is some additional guidance message for Pisces Collective in business and entrepreneurship? So you are experiencing some change and needing to make it. You are experiencing adversity, but focus on the intervention and resign yourself to rising to the call and figuring out how to get the results that you need. Be mindful of your choices. See, you have lead, coaching may be needed. There may be a need for a mentor. Develop the best way to work with your clients. Create programs, packages, and products that help them solve their problems. This can apply to you in entrepreneurship and maybe in your personal money, life situation. How do you lead? There may be a need for experienced counsel here. Now, you also could be waiting for a decision from a bank. Maybe you apply for a loan and you are challenged with whether or not you will achieve and get the answer that you want. From the looks of it, with judgment here in the upright, you get results, and results you're looking for, or at least you'll be pleased with. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.